Good morning. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Welcome to the March 8th, 2018 meeting for the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. My name is Kevin Cook. I serve as the chair. Joining me today is Commissioner Shelley Bueller. Good morning. And Commissioner Bob Archer. Good morning.
Good morning.
Madam Clerk, our first item.
First item is item 3, consent agenda.
There are 6 items on the consent agenda. Are there any questions?
I'll move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
There's a motion to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Okay, we have vouchers totaling $1,191,819.72. The largest amount is with the holding accounts with Department of Revenue and Director of Vehicles for the state of Kansas, $532,713.30. Next is with the Sheriff's Office, $210,048.48, and this is a portion of the purchase of vehicles. And that was approved at year-end, and so we still have some other vehicles that will be coming to us before March 15th. And then third, subtotal for Parks and Recreation, $67,658.35, and that is out of the general fund. I do not have any questions. I'll move approval.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Bueller.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item B, Parks and Recreation number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-84-2018 with Topeka Premier Umpire Association, LLC, for training, assigning, and managing game officials for a fee of $6,000 annually, plus the per-game costs agreed to in Appendix A for an anticipated cost of $330,000 from the operations budget.
Good morning, Commissioner. Sean Osborne, Parks and Recreation. If you remember, we had asked to go out and solicit bids for this contract, and we did. The gentleman that I have with me is Darren Tolan, Derek Mead. They went through the contract, and we had one vendor that came through, which was Topeka Premier Umpire Association. We did do, if you remember, I said that we worked with the National Parks and Recreation Forum to look at what other people have across the board and what they charge. And we came back with, in California, they were just a little higher than we are. And in Nevada, they were spot on to what we charge for softball and different sports that we have. So we're kind of right on pace with everybody else across. Be happy to answer any questions you might have. We did have within the contract in Appendix A.
They have been reviewed by the Counselor's Office, for one thing.
Let me get to that.
They are not an economic development that we do earlier in the year, but these are, they pay in, both of them pay in lieu of tax. The in lieu of tax has been paid. That is the requirement under their agreement with the county, under the lease agreement, and we just request that approve their renewal on both of these.
But all terms have been met by the...
Yes, they have.
Okay. Any questions regarding this? I'll move for approval of the renewal for Home Depot ARC.
Second.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item A4, consider approval of annual renewal of MHI Topeka LP tax exemption incentive for 2018. And this is the same thing. Counselor has approved or has reviewed, and this is also they paid in full. They're in lieu of tax already. So we're, and I don't know if any, just for general information, the in lieu tax on an industrial revenue bond is what the tax that was on the property at the time the exemption was established. So the in most of these cases, it's the, if there was a building there, like we had Blue Cross and Blue Shield, they paid whatever the tax was that they had at that time before the bond. These two particular properties are just the vacant land before the properties were built. So, we are getting some tax from them. We will not get the full benefit of the property until obviously the bond is either paid or 10 years is up.
Any questions regarding this?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item B, Health Department, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-89-2018 with Pine Ridge Family Health Center for emergency storage of vaccines in case of a power outage or fail of their vaccine refrigerator at their clinic at no cost to either party.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carrie Delse with the Health Department. This agreement was requested by Pine Ridge Family Wellness Center to protect their vaccine supply. They began offering primary care services in November of 2017 to residents of Topeka Housing Authority sites and Section 8 recipients. We do have a similar agreement with Grace Med. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions regarding this agreement?
I have none. I'll move approval.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Bueller.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item B2, consider approval of request to close the Health Department's 3 locations on April 12th during normal operation hours to conduct a workforce development day.
Good morning, Commissioners. Ed Kalis with the Health Department. Our Workforce Development Day is a day that we intend to spend training our staff on things that are part of our core competencies and explain to them how they fit in the bigger picture of community health, which is something that we haven't done all in one place at one time. And part of it is to fill in the documentation and activities for our accreditation process. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those.
Questions regarding this? I'll move approval then of the request to close the 3 locations on April the 12th of 2018.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item B3, consider authorization and execution of contract C90-2018 with History Center and Museum Rental Museum Food Service Agreement and the policies and guidelines for a workforce development day at a cost of $543 funded by the 2018 budget.
Ed Kalis with the Health Department. This is basically the contract that allows us to have Workforce Development Day at the Kansas History Museum.
Any questions regarding this item?
Move to approve the contract.
I'll second.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Item C, Parks and Recreation, number 1, consider approval of request for out-of-state travel for 1 employee to attend the Government Fleet Expo and Conference at a total cost not to exceed $2,900, paid from the Parks and Recreation operation budget.
Good morning, Olivia Mayer, Parks and Rec. We're just seeking approval to send our fleet supervisor to this Government Fleet Expo. We've looked it over and we recognize that how important professional development it is, in maintaining our services to our community. So I feel like it's a good opportunity.
Olivia, I know that this is a new job title that you've kind of taken on
Yeah.
with professional development. Can you tell us a little bit about what you go through with that?
Well, it's been, I've been looking at a couple of different options, and right now, we don't really have, per se, a set line out for all of our professional development, but it's much more than just, training opportunities. It's in-house development as well, and that's kind of where I'm concentrating, bringing our staff back in and kind of talking to them about what are the things that they're looking for in order to make their everyday work better.
So it's making sure that the training they get is actually relevant to the job they do.
Yes, and also to help them feel, cultivating a culture within our department that wants people to stay and wants them to work here, and we want to keep them.
Okay, very good. Questions, Commissioner Archer?
Could you give us a overview of the fleet and the vehicles we're talking about as far as fleet management go?
Well, we have, we recently went out for contract with these, with a someone can help me, maybe Boyd. I'm still new with this one specifically, but I know that we went out to have all of our vehicles under one contract.
Okay.
Is that correct? Enterprise. There you go.
Will these include trucks, mowers?
I know it is our vehicles. I'm not sure about the mowers yet.
Not at this point.
Okay.
Okay. And how large a fleet of trucks do we have?
A lot.
I-
I will find out. I can
Okay.
shoot him a quick email and see if he can.
Okay, well, I just think it's important, the public knows when we send somebody out of town for training, that we understand the scope of the responsibilities they're going to have when they return. So,
For sure.
thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any other questions?
No.
Is there a motion to approve the out-of-state travel?
I'll move approval, and again, there's a report when you come back, and not when you come back, when the other person comes
Yep.
back. So, yeah, thank you.
Okay. Motion by Commissioner Bueller. I'll second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Thank you very much. Our next item.
Item C2, consider authorization and execution of contract C91-2018, amendment to C123-2015 with Wildcat Landscape LLC to add the acquired western parcel of McKinley Park at $108.90 per month and limb collection in contracted parks at $215 per month.
Good morning, Commissioners. John Boyd, Parks and Rec. We are seeking approval to amend and renew this contract. That particular park is already under contract, so we just felt that it was more efficient to go ahead and add it to the contract and let him take care of that park since he's already there. And then also, we was cleaning up a gray area on the contract as far as picking up limbs in the parks that he has currently under contract.
And John, I know that we recently went out for bid on several parcels. We were waiting to get those back, but Wildcat was already under contract for the 190 acres and 23 parcels.
Yes,
So-
yeah, from 2015, I believe.
Okay, and so this is part of, again, Parks and Rec's plan of determining what maintenance we do in-house versus what we contract out.
Correct.
Okay.
We've been very happy with his performance on the parks that he's had, so we feel that it's appropriate to go ahead and renew his contract for the year that it's allowed in the contract.
Okay. And by doing this, Shawnee County, are we saving tax dollars or providing a better service through not having to buy equipment and man-hours benefits?
We have seen a considerable improvement in the quality of the parks that he is maintaining, so we are actually gaining value in what we're receiving, yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, I'll move to approve, and just anecdotally, people have come up to me and said that the parks look better than they've looked in years and years, so, yeah, I move to approve.
I'll second. I do have a question. Is he picking up the collection of limbs in all of the parks, or just the parks
Just-
that he's contracted with?
Correct, just the parks that he is contracted for.
Okay. And in the past, we've had an issue with that? That's why it was added? Or?
It was not part of his original contract to deal with limbs,
Okay.
and so then we would follow behind him and pick up the limbs after he's already been in the park, so we're just trying to clean up that efficiency.
It's $215 a month?
Correct.
And how many total parks does he have?
23?
Okay. Okay.
He's been helping us out already by doing those, and so we kind of averaged it out to figure out how much time that he was spending, so we just didn't pull it out of thin air.
Okay. No, that helps.
Okay.
Thanks for the explanation. Okay.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next item.
Item D, appraiser, number 1, consider approval of request to purchase 24 conference room tables and 48 chairs to replace aging tables and chairs in the North Annex Conference Room at a total estimated price of $13,685.76 from the Capital Outlay Fund.
Morning, Commissioner. Steve Bauman, County Appraiser. The only thing I would like to add to that is this was approved by the Commissioners for paying out of the Capital Outlay Fund. we're going through a state contract pricing, and many departments use our North Annex Conference Room, and we're pretty excited to be able to get these tables and chairs that we have replaced and for more usable equipment.
Bueller?
If I could
Yeah.
ask a question, are they on rollers or?
They are.
Thank you.
The tables and chairs are both rollers, so
That's where you can lock them, but yet still move them around, not tear up the new carpet
Yes.
tiles that we have in there.
and there's many different configurations that these rooms are used for.
Yeah.
And our staff really doesn't enjoy lugging those heavy tables around,
Exactly.
so.
Very good.
All right. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second. Motion made by Commissioner Bueller, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next item.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
If there are any members of the public or department heads that wish to address the commission, this is your opportunity.
Commissioner Steve Bauman, County Appraiser. Our office prides itself on customer service, and we're happy to be able to achieve the level that we do. Today, the reason I'm here is we had a couple of employees that went above and beyond the normal customer service. We'll consider them heroes. Tomlin Robinson and Tanya Biswell. In our office last Wednesday, we received a phone call of a woman inquiring about her informal appeal. And in the process of being on the phone with Tomlin, she recognized that this woman wasn't tracking quite right. So she was asking a few more questions, trying to get to, make sure that she was doing okay. And the two of them together realized that the situation wasn't quite right. And so Tanya, sitting adjacent to her, training a new employee at the time, dialed 911. And we got ambulance called, and the two of them stayed on the phone together, Tanya on the phone with the ambulance, trying to help them find her location, using our GIS maps, by the way. And Tomlin keeping the woman on the phone, making sure she was okay and was going to be able to get to the door when the ambulance got there. The next day, Thursday morning, one of the caregivers for this person showed back up at the office, and just wanted to thank them personally because she had had a stroke, and she really felt like these two saved her life. So I wanted to publicly recognize them.
That's great. I mean, I think that's really commendable for everything that you did, so thank you for your service and taking the extra step and recognizing when there's an issue and making sure that we address it. And Commissioners,
No,
any-
thank you for caring. Thank you for caring.
Yes, thank you very much. Now Tim has a headline.
all right, anybody can challenge that or top that one?
I'll just say thank you again. Great job. Good morning, Commissioners. Linda Oaks from the Health Department. I'm happy to announce that the Shawnee County Health Department, in collaboration with Shawnee County Parks and Recreation, have been awarded a grant through the Kansas Governor's Council on Fitness funding opportunity in the amount of $9,780 to add wayfinding signage and get a movable pedestrian counter to track use of the trails. They're going to use that counter to decide where the sign should go. So I want to recognize Craig Barnes and Mike McLaughlin from Parks and Rec. I don't think he's here today now, but I want to thank them both for this. They did a great job. There was a very short turnaround. They did a fantastic job putting this together, and so we're going to have more great signs on our trails and some good data. So thank you too, John.
Great, thank you very much. That's great news.
That is good news.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kellen Seitz, Spectre Venue Management, the Kansas Expo Center. We finished up a great weekend of events with Kansas State 5A basketball championships. Thank you again, Commissioner Cook, for presenting the awards to the teams that got 4th through 1st place. Unfortunately, our Seamen team, for our local Topeka team, did not make it. We were rooting for them early on, but and then we also finished up the Topeka Home Builders Association Home Show. Saw a couple of you out there as well. That went fantastic, and hopefully I don't have too many contractors to pay in the very near future. This week, coming up at the Expo Center, we have some exciting opportunities for job seekers in the marketplace. Cumulus Radio Group is hosting a job fair that is Wednesday from 1 to 6 p.m. at Ag Hall. There are going to be over 27 employers, local employers, seeking out everything from part-time to fully benefited and salaried full-time positions. So anybody interested in that, certainly make their way out. Again, that's Wednesday from 1 to 6 at Ag Hall. And then the big event inside Landon Arena and the Expo Hall this weekend is Capital City Carnage. That is the demolition derby, so our teams have been loading out basketball court and loading in dirt today for another long week of changeover and makeover at the Expo Center. And those dates are Friday at 7 p.m. and Saturday, 2 sessions, one at 10 a.m. and one at 7 p.m.
Thank you. Any other, Commissioner Bueller, anything?
Last week, the end of last week, I know I see Molly Howie here from Go Topeka and the Greater Topeka Partnership, but there was a women's forum and panel discussion at the Capitol Plaza Hotel, and several influential women, and just appreciated hearing their stories, and my appreciation to the to Go Topeka and the partnership for putting this on, so thank you.
Yeah, very good. Commissioner Archer, anything?
Oh, we attended the home show, and it was well done. And it's always nice to drive to the Expo Center and have to wait and look for a place to park. The parking lot was packed, and that's always a good sign. So thank you, Kellen. Good job.
Also, Kellen, it was a great basketball tournament. Had some great games to watch. One that ended in an overtime, and so congratulations to all the winners and all the teams. They all played very hard at the Expo Center this weekend. This week, tonight, there is a awards banquet for the TARC that I'll be attending. And then on Wednesday, we have a special JADO meeting where we'll take up 2 items as related to the East Topeka Learning Center. Those are important pieces for our community. And then there's a groundbreaking that's scheduled for the 15th at 1 o'clock for the East Topeka Learning Center on Thursday, the 15th. Also on Thursday, the 15th, we'll be taking up the item of the Silver Lake Township Clerk. We have received 2 applications so far, so if you do have an interest in serving as a Township Clerk who resides within Silver Lake Township, you have until Thursday, the 15th, before that meeting to get the application to us, and we'll take that up on the 15th. I don't have anything else. Madam Clerk, our next item.
Item 6, executive session.
There is not a need today, so we are adjourned.